salutations to the Lord, to the Parabrahma Paramatma, to all our Rishimuni, Devata Gana, most importantly to the Shruthi Mata. And welcome you all, wonderful devotees of the Lord, Shishyas of the Guru, Jignasus of the Shastra, Moksha in life, Bhaktas and Shrutas. Wonderful it is to meet you every day for some time discussing on our Adhyatmika Shastras. The essence of Adhyatmika Shastras, especially Vedanta Shastra, the Advaita Parabrahma Bodhaka Shastra, is for a very calm and quiet, subtle-minded person. It is so simple. What it is by all means and efforts, bring your attention on to your real inner self. Bring your attention onto your own real essential self to such an extent that we identify and abide in that true self. This is the essence. When a question is asked, how to do or what is the problem? So simple it is that our attention presently now is on the not self. Therefore, our identity also is with the not self. On a higher inquiry done by the Rishi Muni, what they found is the inner self alone is real, true. Therefore, anything if we have to gain, called as happiness, called as continuous happiness, called as effortless happiness, called as infinite happiness, it has to come from the self. And further what they said is, anything other than the self, being unreal, how can it itself being unreal can give happiness, real happiness, continuous happiness, effortless happiness as well as the infinite happiness. Example is our life only. Every time we are getting happiness is not from the outer world, it is within ourselves. And every time we are getting misery because we are seeking happiness from the outer, continuously changing, not self-world. Using all these examples, logics, slowly, we have to deeply come to the conviction that when my attention is outward to the not self, it's the beginning of all reduction in happiness, increase in the misery. So too, when my attention starts becoming towards the self, to that extent there is a reduction in the misery, increase in peace and happiness. This is the essence of all our Vedanta Shastras. Now, each of the Rishi Muni at different periods of history during their tenure of time of stay, to their disciples after their own personal experience, gave one or the other techniques with logics and examples to achieve the same thing. Like each of the 50 years, 100 years of time or 20, nowadays to 10 saal mein. Different song writers are coming and writing different songs and entertaining the people. Different director, producers, actors are coming, bringing out those movies and entertaining the people. Different type of politicians coming, trying their best to help out. Each one is different according to the outer timings, Yuga Kala Ka Prabhav, according to their own nature and according to our own Samashti Prarabdha. This is not our main subject, this is only example given. For what? to say that this is how every of the rishi, every of the period indicated the same sadhana of withdrawing our attention from the not self, focusing attention on the self. But the techniques given by them are different. So, every technique is for that purpose only. Therefore, what is the outcome or summary for us to understand and grasp is, if we are truly spiritual sadhakas, then by using any of these techniques, whenever, wherever, however, we are withdrawing our attention from the not self and attending to our own self, whenever, that time, we are the seekers. So therefore, how many minutes per day or seconds per day or hours per day, we are true seekers of the moksha or bliss or freedom, etc., is determined by how many moments we have really have done these practices. Take any of the means, hundreds of means every time we are seeing. So, the gunatraya viveka. So, these are the three gunas. I am other than that. Gunas are the anatma. So, to the three dehas. Dehas are the anatma. I am the atma. So, what the Shastra says, today's Aitareya Upanishad discussion, very deep, is this only. What Shastra says, self being the self, it cannot be object. Self being the self, it has to be subject. Subject, common sense wise to be understood, is that it is only experiential. Therefore, what is done? Just rejected everything which comes under the category of the not self. When that is done, that which cannot be rejected in the category of not self is the anubhuti of the self. Yeah, this is how they said, you know the three gunas, so they are objects. Reject them. You remain the subject. Help given is there because this looks to be abstract. They tell us be a sakshi. So sakshi bhava is common for all sadhanas. Okay, with some support required, intellectual support for doing something. Okay, so the intellect support is given is, for three gunas you are the sakshi. Then try to remain as sakshi. In that effort, you have to reject the three gunas. Because identifying with the gunas, you cannot be sakshi. For only by rejecting the guna, you have to be sakshi. So while trying to be the sakshi, you reject the three gunas. They are anatma. Or the three dehas. They are anatma. Or the five koshas. They are the anatma. Or the discussion which we will have today, Ishvara Jiva Jagat. These are all concepts. They are all understandings. Everything conceptual, everything which is intellectual understanding is of anatma only. Atma cannot be the subject of the intellect, nor it can be outer any concept. Therefore, all of that is anatma. This is one way of rejecting anatma. That is the meaning of the Upanishadic sentence, neti neti. When all that is rejected as neti neti, what remains is soham. See, today Ramji will tell us in the next sloka, Lakshmanji ko, the last one, Sahitham. When he experiences that, then he, with his feet, whatever he touches, that becomes blessed. Rama is going to give today in our Adhyatma Ramayana this thought in Rama Gita, last three slokas. Okay. Then, the same Atma Anubhuti as the Rishis gained is as the infinite. Okay? Being pure existence, being pure consciousness, being one without second, being birthless, being modificationless, being deathless. All these parameters are experiential. Clear? Then that is Atma. So, using these also, they told us to do these sadhanas. Apart from that, what we discuss now as the Sakshi sadhana. How did they say? They said, the Atma is Chetana. Everything other than Atma is Jada. Therefore, through the Jada Chetana Viveka, drop the Jada, then you be the Chetana. So, to then Drushya and Drashta, Druk Viveka. Then Drushya or the Anatma is Aneka, Atma is Eka, Anatma is Janma, Atma is Ajanma, Anatma is Vyakrita, modifying, Anatma is Avyakrita, Atma is Avyakrita, Anatma is Maranashila, then Atma is Amarana. Therefore, in this way, Aneka, Eka, Viveka, Jada, Chetana Viveka, Vyakrita, Avyakrita Viveka, Janma, Ajanma Viveka, Mrityu or Amarana Viveka. In this way, anything comes in the opposite category of Atma. When they are all rejected, which are Anatma, then we experience the Atma with these lakshanas. So, this as much we have clearly understood, so much we have understood the Shastra. We have understood what is the meaning or meant by our Guru's Upanishad. What they are finally teaching us is this. Is it entering into our heart? Yes, our Shravanam is becoming meaningful, fruitful. Thereafter, actually this is what throughout the day we have to go on doing. So to Drashta Drishya Viveka, Vishaya Vishayi Viveka. Then Anitya and Nitya, Asatya, the Satya, Viveka. And then Indriya Gochara, Indriya Agochara. Mano Gochara is Anatma, Mano Agochara is the Atma. See, each of the technique, any one of them is held enough if we deeply, intensely do to take us to the self. The question how long it takes should be dropped. Then keep on doing. Like yesterday Ramji said, Yavat Najayate Mam Sarvasya Atmanam Tavat Mat Aradhana Paraha Bhavetu. This contemplation is Aradhana. In every Aradhana there are two steps. The one whose Aradhana we are doing Aradhya. Anything other than that, our attention is pulled. And the one to whom we are doing Aradhana, all our attention, love, respect, value, importance, service, sharanagati, all of them are done. Yeah, that's what we are doing. Everything not self is Niradarana, and everything the self is Aradhana. Only this much is entire. But then this knowledge has to be pakka, stable, remembered, and all the time practiced, every cost and effort. And to practice it, whatever sacrifices to be done, whatever the adjustments to be done, whatever the things to be transcended, the one who is able to do that. Like you are able to sacrifice, transcend, give up so many things. Therefore you are in the class. Those who could not, they have not come. And as long as you are able, you continue. Suddenly something comes in your mind, in between you may leave. Class, example, throughout the day also. That is why Chiram, Nityam, Nirantaram, every of the Shastra, this is what, yesterday we saw, Vedanta Vakyeshu Sada is important. First line is the most important. Then how to live? Bhiksha Matrena Chatushtimat. But the paristhithis will be so unconducive, even siddhi quickly cannot come in sadhana. What to do? Ashokavanta. Then the people around you come when you are established in sadhana with all their problems. Karunaikavanta. See how beautifully every of those shlokas today remaining we see. So, in our today's introduction, so important, very simple thing, essence of Shastra, we have understood. Have we understood the Shastra's essence? That what it is teaching for us to achieve and how it is telling us to achieve that, the teachings. Have we got the teachings? Have we become the taught? Then, are we remembering that all the time? And sorting out all our schedules, sorting out all our situations or temperaments or natures of the mind. Are we able to do that? Like sorting out. Like हम बचपन में एक ही कमरा, that's it. No second room, one small kitchen. So daily 10 बार sorting out होता है वहाँ for each of the work. है ना? Like when we have to eat food there, then it is sorted out, whatever earlier thing was there, and made it into a dining place. Then when we have to study there, the dining thing will be removed, sorted out, and it is made a study place. And when friends, relatives come, that is the place becomes again चिट्टाई डालो एक आध कुर्सी है तो सिटिंग प्लेस हॉल. कोई पूजा करनी है तो वही फिर कोई फेस्टिवल आता है कॉर्नर में वो गणपति को बिठाते हैं छोटा उसमें. Then that place made for sitting. That is called, that's how sorted. Finally, when you have to sleep, that itself is the bedroom. Sorting out. So far our heart was with samsara. In that samsara, as we mentioned, 1,000 things. Now we have to sort out our inner heart of all these things and make that atmosphere of doing only this sadhana. And it always starts with 1 hour, 2 hours of mastery. Once you have mastered that 1 or 2 hours, please remember, we said this 2,000 times. First thing in spirituality is giving the time. Then using the intellect in understanding. Then giving the mind with liking. Then putting the efforts. Then it will happen. Like you are giving the time, therefore you are here. You are giving the intellect, therefore you are able to understand. The understanding telling us that it is such a great thing, therefore you are giving the mind called as liking. Then what remains is you have to do the practice. I have to do the practice. So always the mastery starts with the time. Time ही नहीं आ दिया तो बाकी क्या कर सकते हैं? In today's world, people can't give time to spirituality. Qualitative time, regular time. See, if you see what we were studying, understanding 3 years back, and today our clarity of understanding, depth of understanding, conviction, really it has changed good extent. Why? Because qualitative time we are giving every day. Intellect we are trying to give to understand. Mind we have maintained its liking for this spiritual sadhana, shastra, adhyayam. Then what's next now is what is understood and what is summarized today when we start taking up it for our sadhana. My morning 5 to 6 is for this Atma Anatma Vichara, then Anatma Vigarhanam or Nishedhanam, and then Atma Srikaranam. First, don't worry about its result immediate or any other duties to be done, but after a few years develop a knack. What is that? To escape the works into the sadhana. Works means which are unnecessary at all. And whatever we can't escape, the next knack is In that itself, we should be able to do the sadhana. Slowly, slowly, the predominant thing is the sadhana. What is sadhana? Don't ask. Already it is discussed in the beginnings 10 minutes today. Thus, like we will see, Lord Rama says again, such a jnani will neither see the Bhashyam, nor he will see the Madhyam, nor he will see the Antaram. That word he uses. So Bhashyam is Jagrata Avastha. Madhyam is Swapna Avastha. Antaram is Nidra. So he is not there in any of the three avasthas, which are to a jiva with the three gunas. He is always in the Turiya Avastha. That is the way. At that very higher subtler level, minimum is our involvement in doing the things. Maximum of we are in the self only. Like some of the times in class, minimum we listen to class, maximum our mind is our cell phone or what work I have to do after the class or where to go. अब वो change हो गया. You are maximum in the class. Till the class is over, other things not bother you. Now you mentioned everyone, I am also. So it is at the intellectual level. What happens through the years of practices, like Puja Gurudev, where he must be in his whole days, seeming activities in the world, interaction with the people. Do you mean to say he is totally forgotten? There is a pure Brahman. He is in that experience only. The minimum required for the interaction happens through him, effortless. That is a final stage. That also when something is to be done to the world. Vinaya to always abiding in the self. Beyond any of these, Vyashti or Samashti, Upadis. You are Mukta. Then to desire to achieve it, to put the efforts to achieve it, to be consistent till we achieve it. Most important is the knowledge. Knowledge that the whole world, which is given so much reality importance, therefore we are not able to leave this world, has to be understood either as not real or as mithya or expression of the divine only. The purpose of all either of these three understandings about the world are our dependency, slavery, our attentiveness to the world is reduced so that with full freedom, with full choice, with full zeal and zest, we are able to focus on the self. If we give reality to the world, importance to the world, enjoyability to the world, and it is followed by the mind's attention through the senses into this world. Then we can never be the sadhaka, we can never be free from the samsara. So any number of Upanishads, Prakarana Granthas we study, these are the essences. We have to learn, retain, grasp, then be specific in the sadhana to be done and be specific in doing it so. Choosing the hours, times as per our convenience and later on making everything convenient. Slowly we have to command to make everything convenient. Earlier we do as per convenience because of some bounden duties or obligations or emotional weaknesses or inability to convince yourself or the world around. But later on we command. Command your cell phone, command your TV, command your children, your husband or wife. I am now for my sadhana. Anything else, kar diya adha, baaki tum kar lo bas. Isn't it? What gets adjusted? When spirituality itself is getting adjusted when we are becoming worldly, will not the world get adjusted when we become spiritual? नहीं होता तो कोई भी आध्यात्मिक बनकर ज्ञानी बनकर मुक्त नहीं होता. Because everybody who became mukta, he was also at one point of time, he is a samsari only. Anna? If the samsara hold is permanent, he would have never become sadhaka, and Siddha. And if one person, if it happens that when he is holding on to the self, slowly the samsara is getting reduced, everyone it will happen. To us also same. But it is not as abrupt as it is spoken in 10 seconds. It is a slow, steady, loving, conscious, dedicated, delicate practice. That's what you and I are doing. We are not in a hurry at all. Either to finish the text or to understand everything or do the sadhana immediately and realize एक तो होता ही नहीं. दूसरा is, thank God, we are not like some of the other audience who are frustrated for various reasons and left the class and continue to be frustrated. We are not that we are freed from frustration, but with all frustration, because of our these patience, we are regular. Because the regularity, as it has to happen, the evolution slowly and steadily, it is happening to us. It is very vivid. I need not tell about me to you, you need not tell me about you, you yourself can see. The fact that you are everyday consistent and the vibrations I receive of your calm and quiet mind is enough evidence. After this, what's left? Little more awareness, attentiveness, and you grasp the thought as we discussed today as introduction. And then little more shraddha, you retain it. Little more zeal to experience it, you start giving the hours every day. इतने 4-5 step ही है हमको करने का. Then once we are on the process, isn't it? When you are on the work will happen. Slowly in its own time. So may we all be very clear in all these understandings by Bhagavan, Guru Kripa, and do our beautiful, very blessed spiritual sadhanas for our own evolution and emancipation, with all love, with all our joy, with all our inspiration. You know, with all that, what you call, और भी करना है, और भी करना है, जितना हो सके, है ना? Enjoying that त्याग. I was just seeing yesterday night, ये टनल में जो लोगों को निकाल देना, latest I don't know. Actually रात को ही खोलना था वो, but some other metal boulder has come. So by today afternoon they will open. So 41 days they are, what when people 12 days they are inside. मैं तो देख रहा था वो तो ठीक है अंदर बसे, but the people who are working outside for 8 days together, they are also great, no? कोई ड्रिल कर रहा है, कोई ऑक्सीजन ले जा रहा है, कोई खाना सप्लाई कर रहा है, कोई मिट्टी को निकाला, वो भी रिस्क में है. You know, right from the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, the so-and-so Minister, the other people, I was saying, बड़ा एक हंगामा ही चल रहा है बहुत बड़ा वहाँ. Huge thing, hospital में there कितने? Around 20 or 30 ambulances are waiting. Temporary hospital put there. So many doctors, nurses, वगैरह वगैरह. I was really surprised for all the effort. My point in this given example is, consistently when it is done, it will happen. By today's evening, they will all be rescued. ठीक है ना? उनको अंदर fear है हर एक क्षण मरण का, क्योंकि कुछ भी कभी कोलैप्स हो सकता है. In their own trauma, they were there. Here also, but they also had patience, perseverance, the outside also. So we are also in the tunnel of samsara. Have to have patience. All the things supplied, you have to make right use. Know that outside this tunnel, so many rishis, munis, gurus, Paramatma are continuously working to pull us out of this tunnel of samsara of the Panchakosha or all this. When we cooperate with them with patience, we will be freed. Continuously when we do it, it will happen. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahmavidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. ओं निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओं सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतु भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम्। ओं ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। श्री ऐतरेय महर्षये नमः। आद्यशङ्कर सद्गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण अस्मिन् क्षणे एव उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दव संस्कृतेः सम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरुशिष्यपरम्परायाः भक्तभगवत्परम्परायाः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगति विश्वशान्तिकल्याणैकता प्राप्त्यर्थं समृद्ध्यर्थं पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं ये भक्तसाधकः गुरवः आचार्याः शिष्याः संस्थाः अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये निष्ठिताः तेषां सदा सर्वदा बाह्य अभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलन सदा शक्तिसाधना संपदा सानुकूल्यता प्राप्ति आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्यादि द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं श्री ऋग्वेदान्तर्गत ऐतरेयारण्यकान्तर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषदः पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ मनस्तावदमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्छटा शरदिन्दुनिभाभाते तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्। ओमत श्री ऋग्वेदान्तर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषद शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य महाणीस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामृतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। ॐ पुरुषे हवायमादितो गर्भो भवति यदेतत् रेतः तदेतत् सर्वेभ्यो अङ्गेभ्यः तेजः सम्भूतम् आत्मनि एव आत्मानं बिभर्ति तत् यदा स्त्रियां सिञ्चति अथ एनत् जनयति तदस्य प्रथमं जन्म तत् स्त्रिया आत्मभूयं गच्छति यथा स्वम् अङ्गं तथा तस्मात् एनां न हिनस्ति सा अस्य एतम् आत्मानम् अत्र गतं भावयति सा भावयित्री भावयितव्या भवति तं स्त्री गर्भं बिभर्ति सः अग्रे एव कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति सः यत् कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति आत्मानम् एव तद्भावयति येषां लोकानां सन्तत्या एवं सन्तता हि इमे लोकाः तदस्य द्वितीयं जन्म सः अस्य अयम् आत्मा पुण्येभ्यः कर्मभ्यः प्रतिधीयते अथ अस्य अयम् इतरः आत्मा कृतकृत्यः वयोगतः प्रईति Saha itah prayan eva punah jayate tad asya trutiyam janma tad uktam rushina garbhenu san anvesham avedam aham devanam janimani vishwa shatam ma pura ayasihi arakshannadah shenah javasa niradiyam iti garbhe eva etat शयानः वामदेव एवमुवाच स एवं विद्वान् अस्मात् शरीरभेदात् ऊर्ध्वमुत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् सर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. We are in the discussion of the Sambandha Bhashya to the second Adhyaya, in which the major chunk is to summarize what is studied in the first Adhyaya, 3 Khandas. So, to put it simply, there the entire Srishti Krama by the Lord of the Srishti is explained. So, does it mean that the Srishti is real? Does it mean to tell that the presence of the Srishti, that this Upanishad has spoken? What is the Vakyartha? How to justify it? Okay, these are the points. Last 3 or 4 days we have exhaustively, thoroughly studied without missing anything. Saha eva sarva sharireshu eka eva atma. That Brahman alone, Saha eva sarva sharireshu, in all the bodies, eka evaha, one without second, atma, the self. You see what Ramji said yesterday in Adhyatma Ramayana, that till you discover me as the self in all, you should do my आराधना. वो और ये कितना 100% मैच. Same thing. सह एव सर्व शरीरेषु एक एव आत्मा न अन्यः. That Brahman alone is the self in all, one without second. Nobody. Sah eva sarva sharireshu eka eva atma. And that is me. That atma, samashti dushti is called as Brahman, and the realization is that Brahma aham asmi. Tasmat sah eva sarva sharireshu eka eva atma na anyah iti. That this is the mukhya avagahana or jnanam to convey which all that Srishtivada is said. Then we saw yesterday the whole class, the 4 explanations given by Bhashyakara. Okay, first one was the realization of Brahman is the goal. Telling that Brahman alone is all pervading is the goal. And therefore the entire story in which all those things which are said are absolutely illogical, non-acceptable easily. All of them is nothing but Arthavada. So, Arthavada is something is spoken which is not that much real, but through that something is conveyed or achieved. Like variety of facial expressions or gestures by the hands we do to convey our prema or to convey our krodha or to convey our irshya, disliking. Isn't it? Facial expression. When you love someone, that person goes, so smiling. What is it? That physical expression is an arthavada for the conveying of the Mula Vishya, that your arrival is pleasing to me. Or the fuming for a funny face when we put a, that shows the facial expression is an arthavada to convey the inner thought that why did you come? Is it not? क्लास शुरू होते ही इतना दुख वाला फेस, It is an Arthavada. For me to understand your conveying point that ye silsila kab tak chalega, then as I am doing the Purnamada, chehra itna khil gaya, hazar dadwane kamal ke saman. So it is an Arthavada to convey that you are happy with me. Isn't it? So अर्थवाद है वो, इस अर्थ को बताने के लिए ये वाद निकला. The whole सृष्टि is the वाद, but सृष्टि वाद is not the purpose. There is another artha which is the purpose. The artha is atma avibodha matram, only for the awakening or teaching of the pure self. So he alone is there. He did ikshana. He created from himself. He only entered by himself. He only identified and got bound by himself. Then when the Guru taught him Acharya Parva Karunika, he himself contemplated. In that contemplation, he came to know, how can there be anything other than Brahman? And how can the Brahman be other than me? Therefore I am that Brahman. This is the artha for which this vada is said. Other than that, it has no purpose. Purpose is this one, first thing. Second is Mayavi Ishvara. To show his Maya Shakti, he is Sarvagna Sarva Shaktiman, Agatita Gatana Patiyasi. So Maya Panchakam we will study in our evening Hindi class. I don't remember whether I have done it in Hindi or English. याद नहीं. एक भाषा में किया है ऐसे मुझे मन लगता है, जो भी. So he is Mayavi Ishvara with his Sarvagnata, Sarva Shakti, like that Mayavi or Indrajalika, Jadugar be attended. Projects so many things as if they are real, even though none of them are real. In today's world, the movie. Therefore, in that, the presence of Ishvara, his Sarvagnata, Sarva Shakti, is the thing to be caught through that Srishti. Srishti is not the Uddeshya. Accepting the creation as real is not the purpose. Because we tend to accept, जब कहा भगवान ने बनाया तो फिर बनाया होगा, फिर सत्य होगा. देखो आप और मैं बनाए बोले तो हंस सकते हैं. We can't make a house. But the Sarvagna Sarvashaktiman Ishwar ने बनाया तो we can accept. But the purpose of telling that Sarvagna Sarvashaktiman Ishwara created the world is not to tell that the world is real. Like the Jadugars creating the whole Jadu is not to tell that the created Jadu is real. It is to say that he is so powerful that he can do it. Attention is on the one who is performing. Finally, usko hum award dete. So second one is Mayavi Vadva, Mahamayavi. Devaha Sarvagna Sarvashakti Sarvametat Chakara. Again Sarvametat Chakara, he projected all these, yet it is unreal. See that the created world has to continuously change. Once it is changing, the earlier one is gone. When it is gone, how can you call it Satya? Like in a movie. Suddenly पिछले समय में होता था ना, चार्ली थिएटर में वो रुक जाता है वो सीन एक, या फट 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 करता है. Even the gramophone record also. You don't enjoy it. When it stays stable, it is real actually. No, it is a motion picture, not a stationary. It has to move. When it is moving, then where is it when the movement is happening? Earlier one. Gaya na? Gaya na? Gaya. If the new scene has come, where is the past one? Gone. Gone means unreal. That means world has to be unreal only, because it has to continuously move. When it's moving, earlier thing is gone. How can it be real then? Think about it. Isn't it? It is today's, our next discussion is so heavy, that is a slowly only I am taking. I myself have to quieten my mind and understand and discuss it. So Mahamayavi, Sarvagnaha, Sarvashaktiman, Devaha, Tarchakar. Second meaning. Third one is what? Sukha avabodhana pratipatyartham. For easily conveying about the presence and power of Paramatma. That this whole creation is told as a story. Sukha avabodhana pratipatyartham lokavad akhyayikadi prapancha. It is actually yuktatara paksha. This seems to be more beautiful. To easily make it understandable to us about the Paramatma. Be attentive. Interesting discussion is here what? Even though the prapancha is created, even we accept it. You should know that the purpose is not prapancha. Paramatma is the goal. This is a yukta tara paksha. This is an example of beautiful thing is what came nowadays. In many of the teachings have become electronic and all. No, पहले वो भी था. If not electronic, the thing is same. That the teacher will make a diagram there or a map. Like a globe is brought or the atlas is brought. Then in the atlas or the globe, the whole world is shown. Then the 7 continents or 5 Jindevi. 5 continents, then the countries, then the distance. That is a pratika is used. Actually, it is there in front. Nowadays, all these PowerPoint presentations, graphics, with that the teachings are done. The teaching is purpose, the main purpose, not all those things. Isn't it? You used to मेंढक का पिक्चर बनाकर दिखाते थे हमको या कोई cow or any of the human skeleton body. So that is not really human there, but it is made like that. But to make us understand something else. So too, that is why Bhagavan Shankara asked this thought. Don't miss it. But it is, this is a yukta taraha paksha. This way of understanding creation is seemingly better understanding. Better way. What it is? Sukha bodha. Bodhana pratipatyartham. For the teachers to teach easily, for the disciple to listen and understand easily. The Atmavastu, that the creation is either you say imagined or even if it is really happened. But purpose is not creation. This looks to be compromising, मतलब in between point. कि चलो सृष्टि भी है, लेकिन वो purpose नहीं. That also sorts out the problem of giving importance to the world which creates samsara. No, in this world also, house is really created, but not for the house's sake. No, it is for our security. Food is really eaten, cooked, but the purpose is inside the quenching of hunger thirst and giving the body nourishment. So many things are done really, but for not that purpose. Okay, then, so cooking the food is not for cooking purpose. Making the house is not for the purpose of house making. It has something else. Isn't it? So to सृष्टि imagine किया गया हो या really बनाया गया हो, वो purpose नहीं. Purpose is for us to recognize this. That is why when the self is not recognized, Srishti continues to bind. Self, when it is recognized, the Srishti continues but will not bind. Therefore, Srishti is there or not is not problem. Problem is, have we recognized the self or not? If the self is not recognized, Srishti ho ya na ho samsar. Like Gita Jnana नहीं मिला अर्जुन को, तो युद्ध किया नहीं किया, जीता या हारा, all is samsara. But once he got the knowledge of the self, युद्ध किया ना किया, जीता हारा, both are no samsara. That's why yatechasi tathaku. Here also, when the self is recognized, whether the world is there or not, immaterial. Interesting? It will not become a bondage. है ना? आत्मा का सत्यत्व पता चल गया ना, तो उसके बाद the question becomes evident. See, the beauty is what? Once you know the Atma is all pervading. If it is all pervading, it is there everywhere. So in one place it may be in the form of the Srishti, but the self only. No, how does it matter? It's the power of the Sarva Shaktita, Sarvajnatata of the self that it is appearing like it. It's not an issue. Issue is recognizing self or not recognizing. We are not at the non-recognition level of the self. Therefore the samsara. Recognize it? No. That's why शास्त्रों का, उपदेशों का, साधनाओं का, सृष्टि आदि प्रक्रियाओं का उद्देश्य आत्मा को जानना है अनुभव पूर्वकता से, not anything else. Therefore सुखावबोध प्रतिपत्त्यर्थम, third explanation. Okay, yuktara paksha. This looks to be a better option. Not to deny the world because you are holding on to it. When you discover the self, you yourself will deny it. Yuktara paksha is practically karne ko. But actually Yuktatara is there is only Brahman or reality, nothing other than him. That is Mandukya level, Yoga Vasishta level. Okay. Ruphu Gita level. Today we are starting to chant it in the evening class. Very powerful. I am praying to God to give the strength to you and me to do it. Totally different vibrations. As Adhyatma Ramayana was, Rama Gita is an essence of all Upanishads we studied now so far. This Ruphu Gita is the essence of every of the Shastra, Vedanta Shastra. Certainly Bhagavan gave that thought. We are going to see it today. That it comes. Anyway, so the clarity has come, the third. What is the fourth one? Very interesting. Even though, let us say, the Srishti created, even though the whole Upanishad is talking about Srishti vehemently, let us say, because the sentences are looking like that only. By the creation of the creation by the Lord, by Shruti Mata mentioning about that creation, by the Guru's teaching of that creation, by me the disciple studying about the creation, what is the purpose fulfilled? What a beautiful thought it is. He says, कि नहीं सृष्टि आख्यायिकादि परिज्ञानात् किंचित फलम इष्यते. सृष्टि बना या सृष्टि का कहानी हमने सुना, तो what is the phala to us? I gave example yesterday. If Sri Rama killed Ravana at that time, उसका हमें क्या मतलब है? Thousands of years back. Or the mother has killed Shumba, Nishumba, Chandamunda. That is in Kruta Yoga. Thousands and thousands of years back. उसका होने से भी और वो कथा हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है डायरेक्ट? कथा से कोई नहीं. But the niti in the katha is eternal. For the sake of the niti, the katha therefore is eternal and shared. Kathas may be different, but the way of teaching the truth through the katha goes on. Because there are seekers who understand through kathas. That's why in Hinduism thousands of kathas have come. But the mere fact of using the katha continued. Interesting, na? कथा बदल गया लेकिन कथा को यूज करना नहीं बदला. बट कोई भी कथा इज नॉट द पर्पस. तो सृष्टि आख्यायिका सुनकर कोई मोक्ष थोड़ी मिल रहा है हमको. बट अदर थिंग ऐकात्म स्वरूप परिज्ञानात् See the sentence ka completeness. Aika, one. Atma, self. Swarupa, it is your own self. Pari, completely. Jnana, experience. When one experiences undoubtedly, completely, one's own self to be the self everywhere, see the beauty? Aika, Atma, Swarupa, Pari, Jnana. It is 5 shebdas only. The essence of the Shastra and the thing we have to understand and thing we have to experience, Shankara Bhagavan puts. That is his glory. एक आत्म स्वरूप परिज्ञान, उससे फल क्या हुआ? अमृतत्व फलम. The result is immortality. And Sarva Upanishad Prasiddham. This is not only in this Upanishad. In every Upanishad that is the thing. This Upanishad also, though the Srishti Akhyaika is there, उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. But through that, what we said in the essential Vakya, that the Shruti Mata Guru is teaching us Atma Vastu. If that Atma Vastu Anubhuti is gained, then we get the moksha. See how many ways he is trying to take away from our heart the importance given to the creation, which is seen by us in front of our eyes, which is experienced by our upadhis, and which is even studied in the Shastra, and none other than the Upanishad itself. Because we get fascinated by all those things. He is trying his best. बेटा या तुमको दिख रहा हो, या तुमको अनुभव में आ रहा हो, या किसी ने तुमको बताया हो, या साक्षात उपनिषद में भी लिखा हो about the Srishti. Srishti is neither real nor it is its purpose. The purpose is Aikatma Swarupa Parijnanam Eva. In that alone there is moksha. But still our attention goes. That's why the vasanas. That's why the disbelief in the Guru's words. That's why not able to deeply contemplate. Though the facts are put in front of us, sufficient data given for us, on which when we contemplate, we without doubt get the knowledge, but that subtlety is not there. Time is not given. Shraddha is not there. Purity is not there. These are all this side. The other side, still so much longing for the temporary pleasures of the world. Some little ego's name and fame, some little love given and taken. इन छोटी छोटी चीजों में फंसे इतने हम रहते जिनको बार बार रिपीट करते, फिर भी अकल काम नहीं करता कि ये हंसाने वाला चीज दिखता है हंसाने का, लेकिन ये फंसाने का पल्ला नहीं पड़ता. That is why in the beginning only Bhashyakara said Parama Karunikena Guruna. Therefore the Parama Karunika Rama taught Lakshmana, Parama Karunika Krishna to Arjuna. And the sensitivity in Arjuna or Lakshmana or Parikshit is what? The moment when they got the opportunity that somebody is coming and teaching the Tattva, be attentive, they got inclined towards it. They did not reject. They did not refuse. There was the flow of teaching, flow of learning, flow of inner transformation went on happening till the truth is recognized for them. For others who are reluctant right from the beginning, or in between, or even towards the end, without reaching the end, they ended their sadhana and ended up in the endless miserable samsara. How clear it is. So, Aikatma Swarupa Parijnanat tu Amrutattvam Phalam Sarva Upanishad Prasiddham. Therefore, Smritishu cha Gita-adhyasu, lastly, Bhagavan, generally in such cases, Shankara gives a quotation. So here he gives from the Smriti, Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Tishtantam Parameshwaram. So, Sarveshu Bhuteshu, Paramatma is there, Sarva Vyapaka. Vinashyatsu Avinashyantam. He is the one imperishable. Amidst all the perishable Rupanama. Ya Pashyati. Whoever recognizes him as his own self, Sapashyati, his vision has got completely opened or pakka. It has become complete. So Smruti quotation he gave. So by this what happened? After having told the whole story, and in every sentence there is absolutely non-acceptable things are seen, then the disciple out of modesty asked only one question about Simanam Vidanya. Guru himself mentioned all are to be questioned. Now he gave the real vakyartha of the whole thing is this one. Then that is proved by these 4 levels of explanation. Why this must be accepted as the vakyartha or the purpose of the entire this Akhyayika of Srishti Nirmana by Bhagavan. देखो भाई, कोई कथा कहा और उन्होंने उस कथा को एक नाटक के रूप में बना के सिनेमा घर में दिखाया. A word story or a depicted story. Both are unreal only. The purpose is to convey him some message, convey the audience. Some convey it through a poem, somebody through a prose, somebody the facial expressions, some through painting, somebody through songs, music. Everybody is using them as means to convey something else. Isn't it? They are not purposes. Purpose is something. Here also, the Atma Anubhava is the purpose of the creation. Creation ka jada. Why? Because when we are studying that creation, it was appearing to so real. He was there, he did the ikshana, then he brought out this, that. आपको ऐसा लग रहा तो भाव बहुत real है. Cinema also for attracting the people to create that effectiveness. What are the so many musics, picture they had? They make it so realistic. So that they attend to it and grasp the purpose for which the movie is taken. Here also, Bhagavan has made the Shruti Mata, the creation so fantastic and attractive, but for an onlooker superficial, लगता है really भगवान बना. But थोड़ा पूर्व पक्षी की तरह समझदार है तो पूछेगा सीमानम कैसे विधारे गया. Then Bhagavan opens up the Guru. Yeah, not only this, everything is unreal. Yeah, the purpose is to entertain you. Is the movie is taken up. Here the purpose of creation is to realize Eka Atma Swarupa Parijnanam is the purpose. Okay, now this topic ends. Comes the new topic. It's a little deeper, beautiful discussion. I need 2 or 3 days. Like every day, your patient attendance slowly allow me to develop. I can't like great speakers so many. So lazy and all that. So you have to bear with me. Slowly only we study as it comes to us. So we introduce the topic today. We study it tomorrow. The topic is what ki that is over. वो समझ लिया वो अपना शिष्य महाराज. अब दूसरा प्रश्न पूछ रहे कि क्या कहते हैं? ननु त्रयः आत्मानः. The selves are 3 आत्मे है. पूर्व पक्षी 3 आत्मास. पूर्व महाराज से बोलो क्या है 3 आत्माएं? पूर्व पक्षी is answering. 1. भोक्ता कर्ता संसारी जीव एकः. भोक्ता कर्ता संसारी जीव एकः. भोक्ता बनने के लिए, कर्मों का कर्ता बनकर कर्म फल को भोगने के लिए जो संसारी बनता है वो जीव एक है. And then this Purva Pakshi is very intelligent. He says Sarva Loka and Sarva Shastra Prasiddha. श्लोक में प्रसिद्ध है. एवरी वन ऑफ अस आर कर्ता भोक्ता जीवन. और शास्त्रों में भी प्रसिद्ध है. बिकॉज जीव को एक्सेप्ट करेंगे तभी जाकर उसके लिए साधना बताया जाएगा, पाप पुण्य बताए जाएंगे, है ना, स्वर्ग नरक बताएंगे. तो ये एक आत्मा हो गया. कर्ता भोक्ता संसारी जीव इज वन आत्मा. ओके. सेकंड आत्मा कौन है? Second Atma is Ishvara. And how beautifully summarizing again the first chapter, summarizing the definition of Ishvara of all the Shastras at one place, Adi Shankara is defining Ishvara for us. That is the kindness of him, no? It is, he is telling it from the mouth of the Purva Pakshi as the second Atma. First Atma is you and me, Karta Bhokta Samsari Jiva. Karta Bhokta. I made the Khana, Karta, and I ate the Khana, Bhokta. Then Samsari, I became Sukhi Dukhi, and I am Jiva limited to that life. Again, Sham ko agle din. Like that, so many karma I am doing, so many bhoga I am getting. I am a Samsari Jiva. You are also, every one of us. Second is Ishvara. And how the explanation for the Ishvara is given is so beautiful. He Aneka Prani Karma Phala Upabhoga Yogya Aneka Adhisthana Vat Loka Deha Nirmanena Lingena Yatha Shastra Pradarshitena Pura Prasadadi Nirmana Lingena Tat Vishaya Kaushala Jnanavan Tat Karta Takshadihi Iva Ishvaraha Sarvajnaha Jagatah Karta Ditiyaha Chetanaha Atma Avagamyate. One sentence without full stop, he has explained who is the second Atma, the Ishvara. Tomorrow we will study that. Do Atme hoge. Who is the third one? Yato Vacho Nivartante. That Atma from whom the speech comes back failing to recognize. One quotation. Another one, Neti Neti. By saying not this, not this, not this. Ityadi Shastra Prasiddha Upanishadaha Purushaha. In this way, in all the Upanishadic Shastra Prasiddha, that Parabrahma or Atma is there. No, the pure one who cannot be caught by anything, etc. said, he is the third Atma. Okay. So, in that way, the first Atma is Karta, Bhokta, Jiva, Atma. Second is only Karta but not Bhokta, Ishvara. Third one is neither Karta nor Bhokta, Atma. तीन आत्माएं हैं. दूसरों को भी आत्मा ही कह रहे हो. पहला आत्मा जीवात्मा, दूसरा ईश्वर आत्मा, थर्ड इज परमात्मा. तीन आत्मे हो गए. Then his question is, how come you say कि एक आत्म स्वरूप परिज्ञानात्, one only the self? Then in answer to this question, very deep analysis, very beautiful it is stuff also, कि the denial of the Jiva Atma is done. Completely with powerful logic. That logic, that explanation is very heavy dosed. Like that Anatha Shanti, when we understand, a great breakthrough is achieved, you know. Like the Sankhya and Vaisheshikas, Srishtivada, when it was discussed, what is the Ajatavada, a breakthrough has come to us now, when we studied the Mandukya. When we studied the Aitareya Upanishads, Pravesha SHRUTHI, some breakthrough has come to us now, about did Paramatma enter the Srishti, or it is an expression of him. No, these are all breakthroughs we are getting in every Upanishad. One has to do the manana and hold that knowledge. Withhold. तो नहीं करे तो फिर फिसल जाएंगे वो. Again we are back to same. You read or study or listen Purana, the breakthroughs are given to us regarding the glory of Lord, all-pervadingness of the Lord, kindness of the Lord, the blessed effect and protecting effect of God. उनको भी पकड़ना है. है ना? Like क्यों बीनवान, क्यों भाग्यवान है, उसको भी पकड़ना है. And before that, the expresses, हमें उसको पकड़ना है. तो we have to ask for those. अगर वो कोई एसेंस नहीं पकड़ रहे हैं, तो then why is the sense or purpose in our studies? So this answer will be discussed tomorrow thoroughly. 2 days, 3 days, it may take for me to slowly develop it and repeatedly say. Now देखो, day before yesterday, yesterday, today. Because we discuss the same topic. Has it not become clear to us regarding why the Srishti is being explained in this Upanishad? Not for the Srishti's sake, but for the main Vakya, that Atma Ekatva Vijnana purpose. And then how Bhashyakara gave the 4 explanations to come to that Natija. So from the Bhashyakara standpoint, the explanation is complete. Now we have to again work out on that through contemplation, Vicharana, for our understanding and acceptance. If we don't do that, then every listening goes waste. But we do the contemplation, it becomes knowledge, our own knowledge, pakka knowledge. Now with that knowledge, when we conduct the world, the whole conducting will be different. Now no more binding. See this beautiful thing, if the whole Srishti itself has no purpose of its own, purpose is Atma Vastu, then how can in the Srishti anything or any being or any happening can be valued? With this knowledge, just stop valuing, that very moment we get liberated. That much, that is why yesterday Ramji said toward the end, Kshanatu. That very moment you will get liberated. Kshanat का अर्थ ही है एक क्षण में हो जाएगा. अरे हम पागल हो कि मैं unnecessary I'm holding on to. No, देखो, in the world, when a wound happens, in a moment it happens. But for the wound to heal, it takes many days. But in spirituality, the moha samsara happens for millions of lives. But if it clicks the knowledge, one moment, everything samsara gets dropped out. There is an advantage here. But we have to allow that to happen by all our due efforts and the grace. Grace is coming. Effort is required. Let us try to grasp all these important things. Thank you. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramanushibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namaha. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you, respected friends. Continue. Let us tomorrow. This class in 5 minutes we will join for Yoga Darshana. Jaya Krishna Mukunda